Coming up right now is Daniel I. Thanks. Does anybody remember those double mint gum commercials back in like the 90s and the 2000s where it's like double your pleasure, double your fun, you know, all those twins and stuff like that? Does anybody know if like the victims of 9/11 have ever tried to sue that company because of maybe implications that they might have given Osama bin Laden? Like, you know, maybe they were just going for the one tower and then all of a sudden it was like, hey guys, why don't we double our pleasure? You know, look at this from their point of view. Anyway, what was that? This might say this, gum, movies, Jesus, life, rape, and gym. Okay, anyway, the next one was about movies. Oh yeah, because about 9/11, like, you have to have context when you say, like, 9/11 was great. And when I say 9/11 was great, I mean it like the way a movie is great. Like, for the longest time, like, Pearl Harbor was, like, the standard. Citizen Kane, it was, like, a classic old thing that happened, and it's like, damn, that was crazy. And then, like, 9/11 is kind of like a modern masterpiece, kind of like The Social Network, where it's like, this is, like, the standard now. And all these other, I feel like we're in the age of, like, the hack terrorists, because, I don't mean, like, cyber terrorists, I mean, like, like hack comedians or hack whatever. It's like fucking school shooters, fucking train bombings, shoot bombers. It's like nobody remembers what day these happened or like anything memorable about it, just kind of maybe like buzzwords or something like that. So it's like, and even like the sequel to 9/11, which was Benghazi, because it happened on 9/11, nobody even remembers it happened on 9/11 unless you like mention it and they're like, that's weird. Kind of like rings true to the whole, the sequel isn't as good as the original kind of thing. What's next? Oh yeah, Jesus. So, I guess, what was it about? Jesus. Oh yeah, because like, those recent not bombings, but the shootings in like Paris with like the cartoons, like cartoons piss terrorists off. It kind of just think that like all fundamentalists just like, all they do is watch like the funny papers. They watch like, they read like Archie and like Family Circus and they laugh their ass off, or and then like they find something that they don't find funny and then they get pissed off. But like when you think about the things that they might find funny, you start thinking of all those like lame like Christian jokes where it's like, you know, Jesus walks into a dinner and he says reservation for 3. Anyway, about Jesus, it's kind of fun. Oh yeah, Jesus was kind of like the original motherfucker because, you know, he is his own dad. So that means he fucked his own mom, in a spiritual sense, in a way. So, yeah, that's where that was gonna go. Let me see. I guess when you think about, like, if you lived in the time of Jesus, it might be cool if you're, like, believing that stuff. But when you think about it, like, objectively, all he did was talk about his dad, and, like, you're gonna get in trouble if you don't listen to his dad. And in a way, he was talking about himself in the third person. So if you imagine someone who just, like, talks about, if you don't do this, my dad's gonna get mad at you, or, you know, Jesus would like some bread, or Jesus would like some fish, something like that. Just annoying is what I'm saying. Let me not talk about Jesus now. Let me think. Oh yeah, the gym. I guess going to the gym now, and I'm not one of those people who like enjoys going to the gym or just can like work out for an hour and is just like, I'm getting in shape, fuckable, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of, because I have to have like a practical reason why I'm doing it. And whenever I use the machine, some of them are like, you know, explanatory. The treadmill you're running, I can be a better runner. Or the rower, I can row better. But then there's like this machine where it's like, I have to improvise, where it's like I can open drawers cabinets very quickly. Or there's the elliptical where it's like I could be a crane operator if I wanted to, I guess. But there's also this one where it's kind of like you're doing crunches, but you're kind of suspended and you're like doing this a lot. And the only one I can think of about that is like maybe sucking your own dick or something like that. Except maybe like the nuclear, this was like more in the 70s, or like, you know, the duck and cover, you have to go under your desk. But I think it makes more sense for the dick sucker. And let me see. There's a lot of TV programs playing at the gym, and there's like all those primetime programs, and I feel like they might strategically put them there because, you know, they want you to be enraged and fearful. Because you see like shows like Jerry Springer and Wilco and all these things, just like deplorable people or like really fat people. And in one way you're like, I fucking hate these people, and you just like run faster on the treadmill. Or it's like you get scared, they're like really fat, and you're like, I don't want to. But about, I guess, inspiration, I guess. You hear those things when the people will say like, life is what you make it. That doesn't really apply to quadriplegics, because life is what people make for them. You know, kind of like their bed, stuff like that. Let me just say one thing about quadriplegics. What do you call a quadriplegic who does not... Sorry about that. Keep it going for Daniel I, everyone.